Is that Wild Bill?
That's Wild Bill.
Wild Bill in the cowboy hat. Are you a cowboy guy, Bill?
Oh yeah, I've been country western and everything else for all my life, just about.
Where are you from, Bill?
Indianapolis, Indiana.
Are you from a farming town or ranching town?
Now I'm right in Indianapolis.
Oh, okay.
My dad in 1933 and 1934, riding mechanic in the Indianapolis 500. 34 and 35, he was a riding mechanic.
Imagine during that era. What stories have you heard?
One of the stories was they wanted my dad to, instead of being a mechanic, they wanted him to drive one year. He told them no, and he was satisfied where he was at. And the guy that got to drive the car they wanted him to drive blew a tire, wrecked it, and got killed.
Oh,
So he was pretty glad he didn't take the
yeah.
thing there.
But your dad must have been a great driver.
Well, he was just a riding mechanic.
Yeah, but to get the offer to actually be a driver, he had to have skills.
Oh, I guess uh, drivers that he worked with, I guess, gave him um, a good go or something.
Right. So
Uh, I guess, whenever they work on a car, they have to take it out and try it out to make sure it's working right. And I don't know if I think Charlie Crawford, I think was his name. Um, I don't know if he went with him on any of those rides or not, where they were testing stuff out, but that's the way it went anyway.
so tell me about Bill. What was Bill doing growing up in Indiana?
Not a whole lot.
Causing trouble.
Yeah, I quit school when I was 15. They had changed the law that year, and from 16 down to 15. And they had so many dropouts that they raised it back up to 16. But by that time I was 16, so I just stayed out. And so I didn't have anything more than a 15-year-old's education.
Did you go right to work?
Boy, I tried. A lot of places I would go, they say, what kind of experience you got? I'm 15 years old. What kind of experience can I have? But I've done about everything you can think of. I helped clean out outhouses, carried brick for bricklayers, carried the cement that they used to put the bricks together with. I worked at a service station, a bookstore, a birdcage factory, RCA Victor, jack of all trades, master of none.
Well, I know one thing you've done. You've gone skydiving.
The first time I was 60, and my wife's office crew were going to go skydiving. And I told her, I said, that sounds like something that might be interesting. She says, well, I'll ask them, maybe you can go with them. So I went with them, and that was my first jump at 60. And then pardon me, when I turned 80, all of my kids came. I have a son in Virginia, a daughter in New York. I have a daughter that was in Montana, but her and her husband are doing missionary work in Africa.
Wow.
And then I have a daughter that is here in California. And I delivered the one that's in Africa. I delivered her in the front seat of my car.
When you say you delivered her, there was not a doctor there at the same
Nope.
time? It was you and your
Just
wife.
me.
That's it. How did you figure that out, Bill? How did you know what to do?
Well, there wasn't a whole lot you could do. um, I just did the comfort, and then I caught it when it came out and smacked its little bottom to wake it up. And I didn't have anything to cut the cord with, but by that time the police had gotten there and they didn't have a pair of scissors. And so they went off to get a pair of scissors, and that time the ambulance came and they had stuff there. They cut the cord and they took the wife in the ambulance, and I don't know why they put the baby in the car. I would have thought they would have kept the wife and the baby together, but
Right. When you think back on that now, Bill, you go, whew.
yeah, they only had two main stoplights in town, and whenever we left to go out to the base, they had a cop car at all four places on the intersection, one on each side of the street. So we went through town at 75 miles an hour. Me trying to catch the ambulance and everything. And that old car I was in didn't keep up very well.
But the story has a good ending. Everybody healthy, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Hey, let me ask you about, because you have that awesome hat on, country music. Are you a country music fan?
Oh, yeah.
Who do you like? Who are your favorites? Reba.
Reba. Yeah.
Who else do you like?
Oh, I like Alan Jackson and
George Strait.
George Strait.
I'm thinking Waylon Jennings.
Oh, yeah. I like Waylon and
Johnny
his
Cash.
wife. Oh, yeah. Been to a lot of concerts. Charlie Pride.
Oh, I love Charlie Pride. Kiss an
Oh,
Angel,
yeah.
Good Morning.
Good. I enjoyed him.
Do you remember the Charlie Pride song, Kalijah, the Wooden Indian?
Yeah.
I love that song. Tanya Tucker.
Yeah, I saw Tanya Tucker.
Lynn Anderson.
Lynn Anderson. I've seen her.
George
And,
Jones. George
Loretta
Jones.
Lynn.
Loretta
Loretta
Lynn.
Lynn. Yeah, I've seen a bunch of them.
We're doing this interview, everybody, for all of our viewers, the Friday going into Memorial Weekend. So, Bill, this weekend, if you're still an auto racing fan, it's Indy 500, Coca-Cola 600 time. Yeah, both Indy and NASCAR this weekend.
I've already got it set up on my thing to record the 500.
Good.
And I have about 4 or 5 NASCARs that I haven't watched yet. But
you know, Bill, when I look at the car racing community now, there's a driver this weekend again who's going to try the Indy 500, then fly down south and do the Coca-Cola 600 all in the same day. And I'm thinking that's 1,100 miles. Why is it, Bill, that I drive 50 miles across Phoenix and I'm tired? Why?
oh, no. I don't know how they do it either. It blows my mind. I'm not sure which the driver's name is, but I've heard that there was going to be one that was going to do both. And have trouble with names. I had to have mine tattooed on my arm so I know who I am.
Did you get it tattooed upside down so when you look at it, you can read your
Yeah.
name?
No, I can read upside down.
I love it, Bill. Tell me about Cogir, Vallejo Hills. Tell me about living at Cogir.
It's a lot different than living by yourself, but Cogir is a good place. My son was really impressed whenever he come out to check it out. I was pretty impressed with everything, the way it's set up also. So,
Well, I know this. If I ever need a baby delivered in a car, I'm calling you, Bill.
all righty. Be glad to help.
All right, Bill, you take care. Thank you.
All righty. Thank you for thinking about everything like this, and thank you.